welcome back to the channel. My name is Mary and I love Parks and Rec. It's a good time to binge it. Alright, so today kind of goes without saying. There's some craziness happening all around us worldwide. And the only thing we can do, I had a teacher years ago tell me, you cannot carpet the world, you must wear slippers. So one of the ways you can put on some slippers, because it's sharp and scary out there, is to obviously take care of yourself. Now what does that mean? You see self-care used a lot. It's a big part of what I do on this channel. You know, the skincare is just part of it. But of course our asana practice, our movement practice is what we're going to be doing today. But most especially the breathing practice. I put a little IG story up, I think it was on Sunday, and I got a lot of response. It was just a breathing technique, and we'll do it today. It's obviously Ujjayi, you know, that's my jam. But we're going to be doing some breathing practices that are really going to help stimulate, right? I don't want any more stimulation, but if you stimulate your vagus nerve, which is the longest of our cranial nerves, we have 12 of them, that make up the bulk of our nervous system, the superhighway system. It directly connects from your brainstem all the way down into your belly, which is when you get butterflies in your stomach because you're nervous about something, that's that connection. But the vagus nerve is the one that helps stimulate that rest and digest mode we want to be in, the parasympathetic mode. We tend to, in general, walk around in a sympathetic mode. Sounds good, like, oh, sympathy's good. No. In this case, it's bad. It just means that we're vigilant, we're ready to fight or flight or freeze. The sympathetic is great when we're in danger, and that's the thing with generalized anxiety, is that the brain is having a hard time differentiating between perceived danger or real danger, right? So we kind of walk around in this clenched up, tight, shallow breath mode. So in order to slow it down, get calm, we have to stimulate the vagus nerve. Great sex. Sorry, this is a G-rated channel, but that's one way we stimulate it. Deep tissue massage, breathing techniques, and of course our yoga practice. All of these are wonderful ways to get into that parasympathetic rest and digest. Calm, we got this, I got this, the sky isn't falling, okay? Brand new pair of slippers for this world kind of mode. So if this sounds good to you, please share this, like this, subscribe if you haven't already. I had someone ask me the other day, how do I subscribe? Well, it turns out she didn't have a Google account. YouTube is a Google product, so you do have to have a Google or a Gmail account. I believe that is the case. Otherwise, just watch the video. You don't have to subscribe. I'm not your real dad. Tell a friend, tell your mom. This is just going to be more than likely the beginning of a series of rest, digest, relaxation practices. Also, special bonus, we're going to be doing the singing bowl at the end of practice. I do this in real life classes every day, and it's something my students really like. You know, I don't know if it's necessarily getting right to the vagus nerve in and of itself, but it sure does relax you. So stick around, get into something comfortable, and of course, let's get moving and breathing and moving. And we made it to the mat. All right, guys, so find a comfortable seated position, whatever that looks like for you today, just as long as you're able to connect your sit bones into the floor. Now, for most of us, that's going to be easy pose, or Sukhasana. with the legs crossed in front. If you have a little extra junk in the trunk, like me, move your hiney. You gotta find the little bony parts. I legit did not think I had sit bones for years until the teacher said, move the flesh away. And there they are. So find your sit bones. We're gonna bring the heart over the sit bones. Now sometimes that's gonna feel a little uncomfortable. You're gonna have to engage your belly to do that. So we're gonna sit up tall. We're just gonna take some shoulder rolls. And just take a moment to notice where your breath is. Is it up here in your chest or throat? I know mine is. Little shoulder rolls. We're not trying to break any records here. We're just getting into the shoulder joint and opening the heart just a little bit with each one. Hands are relaxed. And let's reverse those shoulders, rolling them forward. Did your heart go over your ankles? Let's see if we can pull it back. Nice long, not a straight spine, but a tall spine. Good. And we're going to crunch up the shoulders near the ears and relax them down. Open up your palms. And let's give those elbows a shake. I want you to feel like the elbows have a little lead in them, so they're nice and heavy. And now we're going to focus a little more deeply on the breath. So did we locate where we were breathing? Was it up here? Was it up in the upper part of your chest? See if we can lower it down by using the belly and that diaphragmatic breath. And one of the quickest ways I know how to get there, most effective ways I know how to get there, is with that Ujjayi breathing, the breath of victory, or ocean breath. So the thing about Ujjayi is that it's just going to automatically slow it down, and that's what you want. When you're feeling anxious, you take little panicky sips of breath. You're running from the tiger, right? So, that's the kind of breath you want when you're running from a tiger. But if you are trying to take it down a notch, you want to take those big, happy baby, watch a baby breathe. It's from the belly, big belly breaths. All right, so Ujjayi is just a very simple technique. You're closing it's like sipping through a straw rather than gulping, right? So we're just going to tighten and constrict the little muscles in your throat, right, in the very base of your throat. You're fogging that mirror. Inhaling through the nose. Exhale. We're just going to Ujjayi on the exhales for now. The nose slows the breath down. Those two little holes. So you're fogging mirror, or you're making the crowd go wild, right? Wonderful. Keep going. So, Ujjayi is your friend, and it's your friend through your yoga practice, and it's your friend off the mat too in life, right? I do Ujjayi breathing quite a bit. I don't drive as much as I used to, but when I was commuting a lot for work, it's your best friend in the car, right? It's your best friend at your desk. It's your best friend standing in line or waiting online, right? So it's just going to help you kind of start to trigger. It gets into that vagus nerve we were talking about. You're just starting to get there. So with the Ujjayi breath, we're going to do a timed breathing practice together. Very simple. What I want you to do is we're going to inhale for 6 seconds. We're going to hold the breath for 3, and then exhale for 8 seconds. It sounds more complicated than it is. 6, 3, 8. Okay? And if you have no head for numbers, just listen to the sound of my voice, because I want you to close your eyes. I want you to let your chin dip down just a little bit. Okay, just a little bit, so that the back of the crown of your head is what's reaching to the sky. And we're going to take 3 natural Ujjayi breaths in. And exhale naturally. As natural as you can be with an Ujjayi. Awesome. And now we're going to inhale. Hold. And exhale. Hold. Inhale. Hold. Exhale. Exhales are going to be longer. All the air out. Pull that belly in. Hold. Inhale. Hold. And exhale. Hold. Inhale. Hold. And exhale. Hold. Inhale. Hold. Exhale. All the air out. Pull the belly in. Hold. Inhale. Hold. And exhale. We're going to do 3 more rounds without me cueing. Just follow your natural breath. Make the exhales longer. Don't forget to hold for those 3 seconds. Last one. All the air out. And come back to a nice, natural, deep breath. So we are oxygenating our bodies, our brains, our bellies. It's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful place to start. And just know that this is the yoga you can take into the world, right? Maybe to bed at night to help you sleep. I just cannot express to you how helpful it's been in my, I'm more of a garden variety depressive, but I have had bouts of anxiety, so I understand what it's like. And Ujjayi's been really helpful the last 2 weeks. All right, so moving right along, we're gonna keep using the Ujjayi breath. We're just gonna add a twist. If you need to rearrange your legs to be more comfortable, now's the time. I just went into half lotus. But if you want to recross your legs, we're going to sit up nice and tall. And we're going to use that Ujjayi breath to help move us into the twist, okay? In both directions. We're going to take a few breaths on one side, then the other, and then do it again. So we're going to sweep the arms overhead if your shoulders will let you. Up tall. If they hurt, come up from the center. Inhale. Ujjayi. Exhale, we're going to turn towards our left. Drop. Roll those shoulders and twist. Pull the belly in. Inhale tall. Fill the belly, the ribs, the chest, all the way to the throat. Feel the back expand. Exhale. Use your arms. Twist. Easy neck. It is all about the arms and the shoulders here. Twisting that heart. Imagine a corkscrew and you're turning the corkscrew so that your shoulders are perpendicular to your hips. Inhale tall, big belly, stick it out if you have to. And exhale, pull it in. One more. Looking behind you if it's comfortable. Come on back. We're not going to lead this with the chin, right? That's just asking for neck problems. We're going to get nice and tall, reaching up from the sit bones to the wrist bones. lifting that heart. We're going to turn on our axis, with an X, and exhale, pull that belly in tight. Inhale, let it relax, get full of air. Exhale, pull it in. It's kind of like a wringing out motion that you're making all through. This is really great for your gut health. Twists are. I'm really going to encourage you guys to take these deep belly breaths in your twist. And last one on this side. Tall, tall, tall. Exhale, twist, pull it in. And coming back to center and back to your natural ujjayi breathing. Once again, natural ujjayi breathing. 2 more. Speaking of guts, guys, I'm going to ask you not to panic, but stock up on sauerkraut. I don't care if it's gross. Grow up. Kimchi. Kombucha, just make sure it's not loaded with sugar. And of course, if you take a supplement with probiotics, now's the time, right? Bone up. I hate that expression. Moving right along. Inhale, we're going to do this one more time. Exhale, roll the shoulders back, present that heart, pulling that belly in. Being strong with that front arm. Really don't be afraid to use that knee for leverage in that twist. Easy fingers. Inhale tall. Feel it across your back. One more. Excellent. Coming back to center. Sweeping it up, arms overhead, reach. And exhale, turn, twist. Drop those arms, roll the shoulders back, and twist. So yeah, now's the time to really get good about protecting your gut. Talk about that gut-brain axis. So we can get our brains relaxed, but if our guts are all jacked, that's no good. So we're getting our relaxation from top to bottom, literally, with your gut. Deep breath in, big belly breath. Your liver's poking out over here. Give it some love. Maybe even give it a little rub. Use your belly muscles to massage your liver. Here's a sentence you don't think you'd ever say. One more. Twist it out. Open your shoulders. Good. Come on back to center. All right. So next thing's next. We're going to do some cat and cow. Cat and cow is also one of those asanas, okay, which is the physical movement in yoga that people think of yoga when you think of they're thinking of asana practice. Pranayama is the breathing work. But our asana practice is going to be very simple today. We're just going to be doing cat and cow. We're going to keep it simple. I'm not going to try to overload you with too much. Here's the bowl. With too much information. We're going to keep it really, really easy. So you want your knees to be at least a fist width apart. I've seen people practice cat and cow with their knees together, and you really don't want that. You want the hips to have a little more range there because they do get some stretch. And you want the hands to be directly below your shoulders. Let's open up those fingers nice and wide. And I like to make some biscuits. Where you're from, do cats make biscuits? They do in Texas. Like that. Knead the dough. All right, so we're going to do our very best to pull the belly in and make a nice long flat spine. Relax your feet. And now we're going to inhale, dropping the belly. We're using ujjayi once again, looking up. And exhale, we're going to tuck the chin, look at your belly button, and pull the belly in on that exhale. Inhale, looking up, we're going to push the mat towards your knees. Exhale, press the mat away. Inhale, think of the spine drooping down, going to the glue factory. Should have worn a ponytail. And exhale, we're gonna do that Halloween cat, right? Ah. Hiss it out. That'll help with your ujjayi. Inhale, tipping the tailbone to the sky. And exhale, pressing the mat away, point that tailbone to the floor. We'll do 5 more on your own. Breathe, follow your breath. Everyone's got a little bit of a different lung capacity. Really using our belly muscles to pull that belly button in on that cat. Let that belly relax in the cow. Use your entire hand, even behind your knuckles, to press the mat away. Almost there. And last one, make it count. We're going to really do our best to get all the air out. Yes. Come into a nice stable tabletop. Beautiful. We're going to cross the ankles and roll yourself back to seated, or sweep the feet to the side. Whatever your knees will allow you to do today. There's always a way. I'll meet you there. Which is, once again, on your sit bones. All right, so moving right along. One of the things I've been practicing with my students lately, I have a student that's dealing with quite a bit of wrist pain. We've been doing some arm stretches, and I find them very relaxing, and I think this might be helpful, especially if you're having to go out right now for essentials. It can be very tense. And I want you to think about not walking around with a fist. You know, yoga teachers oftentimes kind of harp on and on, I know I'm guilty of it, of having the shoulder blades up near the ears. Okay, this is all part of that fight or flight. So when you can drop the shoulder blades down and use your belly to breathe, right, everything looks a little more rosy. I'm also of the opinion that we walk around with a slight fist all the time. It's part of being tense, right? They say white knuckling it. We're kind of quasi white knuckling it through the world. Here's the problem with that. You know, if you carry around a hammer, everything looks like a nail. I think if you walk around with a slight fist all the time, everybody and everything looks punchable. And, you know, it may not be, oh, I want to punch someone. It may not be that conscious of a thought, but we're in reactive mode. So let's really open up the fingers. I'm going to rearrange my legs because this is how I was sitting first half. There we go. We're going to purposely open up the palms. Give the fingers a wiggle, and we're going to stop in the name of love, dropping the shoulder blades down. And we're just going to wiggle through the fingers, wiggle through the thumbs. And I want you to take your right hand, and we're just going to gently pull those fingers in. I mean gently, don't be too harsh here. We're going to pull those left fingers back and press through the base of your palm and straighten the elbow, and be sure and keep that shoulder blade down as you breathe. Ujjayi. Pull that belly in. Let it out when you inhale. Beautiful. Keeping that hand up, we're going to wiggle through the fingers, and I want you to pull your thumb back. Your thumb can actually take a little more pressure than your fingers, but once again, don't be cruel. Ahimsa. Compassion to yourself. Be gentle. But we're going to wiggle through, straighten that elbow, draw the shoulder blade down and back, and breathe. One more. Well done. We're going to release, make a fist, and we'll roll the wrist and release the fingers. Opposite side. You don't have to move around, by the way. This is just me so you can see. That's why I have this big crazy mat. All right, guys, so we're gonna bring the arms out in front, drawing the shoulder blades down. Stop in the name of love, right? And taking the left hands, we're gonna pull the right fingers back. Don't forget the pinky. Pinky's involved. Don't be rough with it, but make sure little piggy's going to market. And we're gonna roll the shoulder back and breathe. I will not punch the world. That's my mantra. Oh, Lord. One more deep Ujjayi breath. Beautiful. And now we're gonna, thumbs up. And we're gonna gently pull the thumb back. You know, you can put a little muscle into it, but be gentle. You don't have to, you know, we're not trying to bring the thumb actually to the forearm. Let's wiggle the fingers. And shoulder blade down, arms super straight, breathe. Try not to actually lock the elbow, just keep it straight. Well done. And relax. All right, we're gonna do a little chest opener. Sweeping those arms behind, we're gonna interlace the fingers. Now what I want you to think about, don't think too much, you know what I mean? Keep in mind, we're gonna bring the palms together if you can. If that's crazy talk and that's just no way, no how in your shoulders, square out your hands, no problem. But what I think we all can probably do is straighten the elbows. That's the secret sauce right there. And we're gonna drop those knuckles close to the floor. If you have a shorter arm, you can of course place your hands on a block. And we're gonna look up very gently, inhaling, exhaling. We're gonna open up that chest, pull the belly in, keep going. One more deep Ujjayi breath. Good. And release those arms. All right, guys. So what I want you to do is lay back on your back. We're going to keep the knees bent and we're going to walk those feet a little wider than your hips. Hands are on the floor. We're going to press the elbows into the mat, lift the spine off the mat, and bring your shoulder blades together. Deep breath in. Big belly chest breath, and then on your exhale, relax the entire kit and caboodle towards the floor. We're going to relax the hands down, palms are facing the sky, fingers are soft. Close your eyes. We're going to take a few deep breaths together and just kind of notice what's going on in the body. What's going on? Where are you feeling intensity? As you lay on your back, notice where your body's actually touching the floor, where you can feel it, your feet, perhaps your lower back, your glutes, your shoulders. Breathe into those spaces that are touching the floor. Ground yourself. Feel yourself melt into the floor just a little bit as you exhale. Try to notice those spaces that already feel very relaxed and let those spaces grow. So instead of attacking it by trying to push relaxation into places that feel tight, why don't you just let the places that feel soft expand? So breathe. And imagine those places that feel soft blooming open like a flower. The space around your heart unclenching. Your jaw is unclenching. Staying with your Ujjayi breathing. Relaxing your feet. Breathe into and relax your ankles. Breathe into and relax your calves and your shins. And just feel that space where the knees are touching each other just become very warm and soft. And let that softness spread down into the quadriceps, the thighs, the hamstrings. Feel that warmth spread all the way down to your lower back, your glutes, your hips, your lower belly. Breathe. Exhale. Feeling the entire back release. Letting the spine get closer to the floor. Those big ropey muscles don't have anything to do right now, but get soft and heavy. And as your back melts in, feel the entire chest and the space around the heart open up. Warm and floaty. Feeling the collarbones widen and sink down into the ground. Feeling your shoulder blades melt down. Your arms feeling warm, just floating, soft and heavy and warm to your sides. Imagine a nice warm ball of light just kind of floating in your palms as your fingers relax. Breathe. Letting that light flow up from the palms into the heart space and up the neck, into the face and jaw. Warm, soft, deep breaths. Relax your jaw. Relax all of the muscles around your face. All the muscles around the eyes, those itty bitty muscles that control the eye movement. Let the eyes become soft in the sockets. Relaxing the lips, tongue. Relax the forehead. Smooth out that worry line. Breathe in and out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Let yourself float. Let yourself breathe. If your mind wanders off into worry, just come back to the breath, into the sound of the bowl. Taking a deep breath in through your nose. Just let it out, melting out through your mouth. 2 more. Let's stretch those arms overhead if you have the room. And I want you to feel like you're climbing a rope, rolling through your wrists. Staying with your ujjayi breath, coming back into your body. If you relax your legs out, bend the knees, and roll to your favorite side. Use your bicep as a pillow. And I want you to think of 3 things that you're grateful for today. They can be about your health. It can be about the love in your life, the gifts, people, places, things, attitudes. 3 things that are good. There's always at least 3 things. And I want you to see these things, breathe them in, and just accept the fact of them. That there's enough. That you have plenty. The universe is unfolding as it should. No less than the trees and the stars, you have a right to be here. Breathe that fact in. Whenever you feel ready, gently press yourself up to a comfortable seated position, whatever that looks like for you. I'm in this weird kind of quasi-cow face pose. We're going to finish our practice today with a melting breath. I love melting breaths because they can help balance the energy, okay? And I know that sounds like super woo, but I just mean they give you energy, but they also release stuff too. So you kind of find this good equilibrium whenever you take a melting breath. I'm going to show you what that looks like. If you've never done it before, welcome. We're going to take the arms overhead, strong and straight. Inhale. And exhale, you're going to sweep the arms slightly behind you. And I like to flick my fingers like I've got a booger. Like, get that off of there, right? All right, we're going to do that 3 times. And on the melt, the exhale, it's very dramatic. It's a sigh. It's a right? No one can hear you unless you're doing yoga with a friend. I hope you're both healthy. Come on up, bring those arms up. Exhale, sweep and release. Inhale, pulling in the good, pulling in those gifts. Exhale, releasing the panic and that which is no good for you. Inhale, pulling in the wisdom and the love. Exhale, the fear and the hate. Last one, inhaling, fill in the blank. And exhale that which doesn't work for you. Get off there. Get. All right, guys. Let's bring the hands together in front of the heart. I'm going to gently bow to you and to your practice, because it is a practice. It's not a perfect. Thank God. Or thank the gods. The divine in me truly honors the divine that is in each of you. Thank you so much for joining me today. Lots of love and peace to you. Namaste.